All right. Hello, everyone. We are here tonight on Geek Therapeutics. We are going to be playing some Fate, a awesome game called Rockalypse that a buddy of mine, Eric Simon, made. And we have a wonderful cast of characters here tonight in cohort number 14. And so I'm Colin. I'm your guest GM for tonight. I have a background in ecology and evolution, got my PhD from U Chicago, and I have dove into game design. And so I am been doing that weird stuff, bringing in the weird science and bringing in the weird math. So we have we're gonna go around and we're gonna say our real people names, and then are you guys good with introducing your characters yet? Mm-hmm. Excellent. So we'll do real people names, real people pronouns, and then character names and character pronouns for me to help keep track of that. I'm Colin, he, him.
I am Robert Bernhardt, he, him. My character, I will be playing Domino, she, her.
Excellent. Grateful to have you.
Hi, my name is Maura Salinas, and my character, and my pronouns are she, her, they, them. And then my character is going to be Zane Ender, and they're going to be they, them pronouns.
Oh, thank you. Excellent.
I'm Carolyn Francis, and today I will be playing Pernicious Switch. We're both she, her, and Pernicious is the manager.
Wonderful.
Hey there, I'm Joe. I am playing the singer Roxanne Love. She, her, they, them. And yeah, I'm excited to be the singer.
Oh, hell yes. Ooh, bring it.
All right, I'm Kat, she, her, and I will be playing Eden, and that's he, him.
Awesome. Aiden, the guitarist. Excellent. Oh, Aiden was he. Great, thank you. Excellent. Keeping track of those notes because they are wonderful. And and so we are going to play Rockalypse, which is the game of post-apocalyptic musical conflict. And so it is it's a setting for Fate. And so it gives you some guidelines. If you're not used to Fate, I suggest using these pre-made settings. And so it's great, it's fun, and it is a ridiculous post-apocalyptic world where there's nothing left but rock to hold people together, and everyone is basically in these different bands to pull together and survive. And instead of having crazy Mad Max style junked together cars that you use to live by, you instead have duct taped guitars and things like that, and amps, and you guys are and rock is getting you through it. And and so we are, and there's a lot of different apocalypses out in the world. And so we talked before the game, we are going to be doing Pandemonium crossed with Rock and Roll High School. And so does somebody want to introduce what we're doing while I take a sip of water? Where are we going to high school, friends? What are we doing? What's below the school?
One day.
Domino knows best about our high school and what's happening.
Yeah, one day we were in high school, and then all of a sudden, a red glow underneath the school erupts as a fissure awakens and a portal to the hells opens up. Now there are demons, I tell you. That's it.
That's plenty. That is plenty. So yes, we are going to be doing Rock and Roll High School crossed with Pandemonium for this pre-Halloween stream. We are going to be playing a Buffy the Vampire style high school where, in fact, the Hellmouth has properly opened up, and now demons and entities from the battles of hell now walk around. But you guys still have homework, and you guys are still students. This is very important. We talked about this, and that is actually one of the aspects of this world, because fate is built up of aspects. And so you guys have this aspect. It is even at the end of the world, we still have algebra. So that'll be coming up. That's one of the defining features of the fate world that we're playing. So given this idea that we've, you guys are a ambitious high school band, where the Hellmouth has opened up, not just any kind of demons are walking the earth. They are, as Roxanne requested, they are gambling demons, because the other aspect is they are devil went down to Georgia. And so they are specifically gambling demons. And then the other aspect from hell is we invented paperwork. So they are particularly bureaucratic gambling demons. And so you can get around the paperwork if you bribe them, or if you beat them in games or something like that, or the games that they're going to be playing are very complex. They might take things very down to the word of interpretation and things like that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so given this setting that these people are running around, they might be faculty, they might be just whatever's, we'll see what happens. But how about you guys go through, we've got your names, we know a little bit about you, but how about we tell us a little bit more about who your idea for your character is? And because you guys are in a band, and I want to know about like your band concept, your band name, hopefully. If we can get a name on board, that would make me really happy, but I kind of want the general concept. If this is a punk band, if this is a ska band, if this is a emo, like, whatever band, man, bring it on. Black metal, let's go. Anyways, so let's learn about our musicians.
I'm thinking that the singer is tying this together. So I mean, you're kind of the face of it. So like, well, what are we looking like here?
Well, it's just super upbeat. Super glad that you guys have me here. 17-year-old trying to make it big right now. We need to do it right now. So you guys are on board. Let's get together. But I have this really deep, growly voice, kind of reminiscent of some maybe like Five Finger Death Punch type stuff. And I'm hoping you guys are so down to play some super hard stuff and maybe some ska punkish all along the way. And if you want, we throw some country in there. If we got some people with some cowboy boots later on in the day, it doesn't matter. I'm just happy to sing. Happy to sing.
Eden doesn't do country.
Wonderful. What does Eden do?
Whatever, man. Just not country.
Just not country.
You agreed to this. We had a timeshare of a little bit of country, just a little bit, just a twang.
No.
The demons love it.
Which is why we don't do it.
I second Eden. We don't want to be like playing that fill. We don't need that gold fill right now. Be good.
Zane gets it. Zane gets me.
Whatever pleases the crowd. That's the way I advise you guys to go. So far, this school is not really into country. Like, I'm sorry, Roxanne. You do that in your own bedroom.
You guys really take me way too seriously. I'm just kidding. I'm down for some really hard sounds. So let's get this band practice going.
That's right.
Who's got a great name for us?
All right. Yeah. Who wrote up I think, Domino, didn't you have something that you had written up? Did you share that with Roxanne? You guys ready to like run through it? I mean,
yeah.
Let's get the beat going.
All right.
So yeah, I need a refresher because I totally knocked out like in the beginning of this conversation.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I got you a beat. Hold on. What time is it? Oh yeah, that's what it was. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, do I gotta make a beat?
No, that's good. Who can do our beat? You're the percussion, so yeah. You give
You're
give
a
them.
percussionist. And so what kind of percussion do you play? Are you talking standard drums? Are we seeing weird I mean, it's post-apocalyptic, so the demons are ripping stuff up. So you're not going to have like nice drums.
No. See, here's what I'm doing. All right, here's what I'm doing. See, you know how there's a couple barrels that's out back behind the school that they store a lot of stuff in? Yeah, I stole one of those a while back. That's rusted over and stuff, but it makes a sweet, sweet sound. I'm banging on that with just this wooden like part of a broomstick, and I'm just gonna bang on that. But I'm gonna start slow. I'm gonna start subtle. You don't need to go crazy right off the bat. You got to build this up. So I'm just going to escalate it slowly until we start really blasting some eardrums.
All right. Sounds good.
Wonderful. So we've got the drum section. This is forming. We've got drum section with the weird barrels and the witch's broom, which may or not be enchanted. We'll see. We've got the guitarist on the wall, ready to play anything but country. We've got a mix master, Zane. So what kind of things are you bringing? Are you old school? Are you new school? What is happening? Are we talking vinyl?
Good question. All the questions are good. Let's see. I'm more of like, I'm just gonna do my own thing, and let's go with some like classical orchestra like vocals to underline this. I think that's like where my head's at. I totally have that. We're gonna go there. I'm gonna go with some creepy vocals maybe. We're gonna fit our theme.
I like that.
I like it. Creepy vocals. Yes. Yeah. And remixing some old.
Yeah. Like that's the best way I fall asleep. I need to have some nice, comforting vocals to just lull me to sleep.
Good. So yeah. So we've almost got a symphonic metal kind of thing perhaps coming together, which I'm into.
Yes, Save knows where it's at. Like you understand the old stuff.
You make it, you bring it together.
I'm great. So old school.
Yeah.
Classical, in fact.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Let's see. I think that's all of that's our group. But I've been working on like finding us something to play at. Like the last gig, it was good, guys, but I mean, crowd of like 20. I'm like, come on, our sound's worth more than that. Did you guys forget to pass out the flyers? I'm like, you invite anybody?
Their name for the
flyers. You booked us at a strip mall. Nobody goes to strip malls anymore.
If you played well enough, they'd show up. So just let's blow it out of the park.
You're kind of insulting us hella hard right now for the fact that you're our stage manager. I don't think hitting positive reinforcement.
Just give me my microphone so I can sing.
Come on, guys. And I'm trying to push you. Into like that sweet spot that I know you guys can make. But if I'm soft on you, you're not gonna go. You're all gonna like work on your math.
Vicious. So and yes. So Pernicious is pushing the band because she knows you got the potential. Your big break is coming up. If you guys can make it, you might be able to be able to play for prom, which is something we talked about. You guys are working up towards, which will really get you. It's the biggest show of the year. But Pernicious, you guys have this idea, or maybe somebody else has an idea of what you guys really need to help work on that big break. You guys, Pernicious said maybe a new venue to find. Maybe it's a post-apocalyptic. The demons, as I mentioned, the demons have ripped up the wasteland, and so it's a. You guys might need some new gear, maybe some new outfits. You guys perhaps need a new member. What do you guys need? And also, we need a band name, which is another idea. But what are we missing?
Well, I gotta tell you guys, I'm using paint buckets, like empty paint buckets as snares. So like, I feel like we need some instruments.
Well, Roxanne had a great idea for a name.
What was that?
I think we could just rock it out with our symphonic name as Amadeus.
Oh, yes. I'm on board. Let's
Awesome.
go.
Excellent. So we're gonna do, it's gonna be, your high concept is probably something like symphonic death metal, something like that. And then your band name is gonna be Amadeus. Spectacular. So good. Now we've got a solid concept, a solid foundation, and
You need some publicity.
you need some publicity. I
Yeah,
like that.
I want the word out. I'm like, I don't care, good publicity, bad publicity, something. I want our name to be a little bit more top of mind.
Excellent. Well, there happens to be a demon radio DJ who gets airtime for high school bands. There's a specific time slot, that you guys might be able to get play. If you get your demo tape to him, maybe you can get in there and really get the word out on the radio waves. He is in fact, the time of delivery to the demo tape is like in an hour or something like that, or in half an hour. You guys, if you leave now, you can just make it.
Let's jump in the van and go. Let's drop this tape off.
Wonderful. What do you guys ride in? Is it a van? What does your van look like? What is painted on the side of your van?
It's a black mask.
Oh yeah.
Big, but it's not a full mask. It's like a half face mask. It's black. Yeah. With okay, Colin. I'm like, what's with the giggling? I'm like, I'm serious here.
I'm serious. Go.
All right. So, and I'm like thinking, there's a little bit of glitz on that, and we've got, it's got some shreds on it,
Definitely has a My Kid's an Honor Roll student bumper sticker on the back.
Ooh, yeah. Can't miss that.
And I also think there's like a deadly siren probably sticker. Like that I probably put being like, there's not enough me in this. There has to be like a death siren. We just want to destroy.
License plate ends with 666, I think. Because yeah.
I like the horn. It's got a really deep bass sound to it. You hit that horn.
Excellent.
Rocks the whole street you're on, and you lay on the horn.
Good. Who drives?
Feel it.
Oh, Eden's driving.
Excellent.
Eden doesn't trust anyone else behind the wheel.
It's a good choice because I definitely think I would like veer off the road.
Well, there's not much of a road left, but
Just lay on the horn. They'll get out of the way.
Wonderful. Excellent. And in fact, as you guys are driving, you guys get tempted. Eden, you hit some traffic. Some people are driving, acting fools. And I'm going to offer you we call these compels in Fate. You are, and so everyone has 3 fate points at the moment. I will give you an extra fate point if you get frustrated and impatient and lay on that ridiculously loud horn. You can restrain yourself and be patient in traffic and be boring. What does Eden do?
Oh, Eden is not patient.
Right?
Not when it comes to driving.
Oh,
Everything else, sure. Driving,
Wonderful. Excellent. And so this also plays into your aspect as the introspective guitarist, which you're doing a great job of. Part of the aspect is you're hiding from the man. And so that's one of the reasons why Eden is kind of quiet and reserved. And maybe why laying on the horn in heavy traffic. Anyways, and so the traffic goes on. And then before long, you see some flashing lights in your rear view mirror, Eden.
Turn our flashing lights on. We can match that, Eden.
We have like our rhythm lights.
Who's doing that? We might want to hire him for the light part of the show.
You look back and it is a black and white cruiser. The local police are pulling you over.
Are you sure it's the police? Are you sure it's the police? Somebody could have like stolen that vehicle. You sure it's the police? Is that what you're saying? Is it really the police, or it's just police
Pernicious,
car?
are you going to tell us not to pull over? I will give you a fate point if you tell us if you are like.
No, do not pull over. I don't think it's the real police.
Good. And as you are the no nonsense stage manager, and so like, this plays into, that's right, it plays into your aspect, your trouble of impatient with time wasters. These motherfuckers are wasting your time. So Pernicious is pushing on Eden's knee to hit the gas.
Can we go off-road maybe? Like, I feel like we can go like...
Sure, shortcut.
At least on the sidewalk.
Alleys, go in that section where people are supposed to stop in case of accidents.
I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone on the sidewalk either. There's lots of empty space. That's just wasted space right there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Press the horn! Press the horn!
Yeah, just...
Wonderful. Excellent. So then with that, we're going to go off-road, but you are going to have to make a roll for this, Eden. And so we're going to do our first roll of the evening. And this will be a skill check. And so if you open your character sheet in Roll20 with Alt double clicking on your guitarist. And so we are going to pick a skill for you that is relevant to this getting out of traffic with a cop behind you to like steer off road.
Yeah.
So now normally this would be a like a drive check, but you don't have drive, which is okay. And so we would do this maybe as a I don't know, physique roll, as you're just gonna like bodily just like wrench the wheel maybe. A stealth roll to try and sneak your way out of traffic if you want to do it quietly. Physique you have a higher bonus in, but it's going to be more noticeable. Stealth you have a lower bonus in, but it's going to be quieter. Or burglary, which is also your +1 too.
I think I'll do physique because I am in a hurry to get away.
Beautiful. Excellent. And so before you roll that, we are you pick the skill, and that helps kind of flavor the what we're doing, and then we activate aspects, and which then gives you bonuses on top of your skill bonus. And so that's by and so you pick that with, you can activate personal aspects, which is maybe some reason why you would be especially good at jumping guardrails or medians or something like that. Hiding from the man might be reasonable, or you can activate one of the world aspects, which might be relevant. It's our big break. Maybe you're used to doing risky big things like this, and you're trying to get that demo tape in.
I would say it's our big break. Excellent.
So we'll throw one fate point in from that, and that is a +2 bonus on top of your +3. You can activate as many fate points. How many would you want to use? Any personal ones or other aspects on the board?
No, not right now.
Beautiful. Excellent. So we will then hit the little plus symbol next to physique on your character sheet, and that will do the roll for you. Wonderful. And so this way you don't have to deal with the 4 dice that are fate dice in the pre-game thing. Fate dice are weird. They have it's D6s with a plus, a minus, or a neutral sign on them. And so when you roll 4 of them together, you get a number between -4 and +4 with a peak at 0. So it's a funny little system. And we can talk about the kind of like probability curve, how that's different from a D20, which is flat. But it's an interesting kind of, it's an old system when they were messing around with in different ways to do dice. And so yeah, Fate's a funny one, but it's refined. And if you don't want a swingy system, you want something pretty in the middle. So anyways, you got a 3 as your thing. You activated 1 fate point. That puts you at +2 on top of that. You're at a 5. Excuse me. Which then puts you at a very high bonus. And so you are going to jump those guardrails and get up my thing. And you are going to get off of there. Yes, a superb check to get out of traffic. So that sounds pretty good to me. And so you're going off-road? Is that the idea? Are we talking, are we in Sunnydale? Are we seeing, am I envisioning you guys in a forest? What does off-road look like for you guys? Burn down buildings, or are we, where are we feeling?
I'm thinking of like still street type things, but they're all broken into pieces. So we're approaching gravel, but bigger than gravel. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a lot of back alleys, just like
yeah.
kind of.
But the streets are all like gnarled up because of
and construction like fences that we're just gonna probably
construction and like I mean with the earth opening up, it kind of
definitely just lost our rear view mirror.
Wonderful. You got this. That's right. Yeah, you're squeezing that band through these back alleys, and the potholes aren't slowing you down. Good or reasonable shocks. Doesn't matter. So let me roll for the cop and see how he does. But he's probably going to still be following you guys. Let's see, how do you do? Okay, he did a decent roll. He can try. That's right. And so you guys are going, and you're heading to this radio station. You could see it off in the distance. Fallout style. That was another one we got a shout out for. I love me some Three Dog. And so you guys so you guys are heading through. It's a shortcut. It's actually working pretty well because you got a superb check. And then you see the cop you hear over the radio, over a loud speaker that says, "You are evading arrest. If you stop now, we will not escalate the situation."
What the heck does that mean? Like, not escalate. What are they gonna do? Send us to the principal's office?
That's right. You guys are minors.
I think this is a great part to like open the back of the door and let Domino just start banging on the drums and killing them with music.
Yeah, that's right. Excellent. So yeah, because I mean that's kind of the intention, is to engage you guys in. I think it's time to start a song. We've done a little bit of narrative to get us to a reasonable point, but I think this is great because we could have let's say that there's going to be some demonic, like some bat-winged imp things or night gaunt style, like gargoyle-esque things that are starting to fly over you guys. Because they're breaking out the air support. So time to get into this. And we are so that would be perfect. You're right on it, Roxanne. This Joker is wasting our time. And so the way songs work, they are these kind of ridiculous Bollywood style musical numbers. And so it's the rule of cool, the rule of fun. And we are going to do it in, we don't do initiative. We break the rounds down into 4 different parts. Count 1. First one is
no, sorry. So just seeing the music tie in.
Oh, yeah, right. Yes, and so this is where the music ties in. And so the count 1 is overcomes, where you deal with obstacles, such as maybe this crappy road or these narrow lanes, something like that. There's not a ton of overcomes on the table right now. Count 2 is advantages, where you create beneficial aspects for your team to use, which is how you start building up your song. So like if Domino opened up with a cool drum beat, that would be an aspect for the scene, for the song. And that would be something that we would, you do a roll for it, we put some fate points on it, and then that would be a resource for other people to draw from throughout the scene. And so we can make multiple advantages. Usually you start by kind of having people drop some advantages onto the table to build up your song. And then you roll down into count 3, which is attacks. And in this game, it's like 2 bands playing back and forth. And so you're both going to send over attacks kind of at the same time. And then count 4 is defends, where at least one person on the team or something like that, or maybe you guys will just take it on the chin because you don't care. But usually at least one person does a defend roll, where they will start to try and soak up some of the damage that is coming over. And so you guys can decide amongst yourselves whatever count you want to go on, and we'll go do a little back and forth. Mm-hmm. So anybody want to try to overcome this situation, maybe try and get to a more advantageous position other than the back alleys?
So would this be like a part where I could use my aspect like impeccably flashy, so when we open the back doors, some pyro happens?
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. And so, you could do that that would definitely be, you could do that as an overcome or an advantage, which would be it would be something like a pyrotechnic, sweet pyro show. And so you are Roxanne, so you're impeccably flashy. Perfect. And then you have, and you've got good resources too. So that's perfect. So we're going to do a resource roll for your sweet pyrotechnics, starting us off. And you can put in a fate point for your impeccably flashy. If you want to do that, that's a strong start. We can put in as many as you want. We could do, any scene aspects or any world aspects from this that would be relevant. Is this something that Amadeus does often?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I'm kind of, Domino's kind of picking up what Roxanne is putting down. Would this be an opportunity to use my stunt of lift me up to kind of get lifted on top of the van, that kind of thing, after the pyrotechnics kind of going on,
Love it.
Did the car, has our van stopped, or are we still in motion? Just curious.
You're still in motion.
Definitely driving as we're singing.
Okay. So I also have I have an ability to create things, because I've got this gear bag of tricks. And so I'm thinking that as we're barreling down these alleys, we're knocking things over. And so some things have flown through the air and into the van. I'm grabbing a old tin cover for a trash can.
Oh, great. Excellent.
Also something that flipped up was a hubcap, and I'm going to fashion that into a little kind of symbols for Domino.
Oh, fun. Excellent. Yeah. So we've got some expanding. Okay, so we got a few things going on. So then let's do Roxanne's roll for the pyrotechnic show. And so you're going to do that with a resource roll, and that will put in 1 point for you on impeccably flashy. And excellent, good. And do you want to add any other aspects from the world or anything like that? You said this is something Amadeus has done before, so we could put this as part of your band high concept.
Mhm.
Excellent. And so that's a total of +6. And that will get you up to a fantastic pyro show. Very impressive. And so that is, we're going to do a
We're blinding them by the light. Blinded by the lights.
yes, excellent. And so that has 2 fate points on it, ready to roll. And a blinding pyro show. Excellent. And then, so that's 1 advantage that's on the board. And then we can have, if Pernicious wants to create an expanded drum set or something like that, you would do that with a resource roll too. Do you, before you roll it, do you want to, you got, like you said, your bag of tricks.
So Mike, I'm not sure how to like activate that.
Excellent. So I just take a fate point from you. You've got 4 at the moment.
Right.
Excellent. And then we are beautiful. And then would you like to activate any other aspects? Like something on the scene, perhaps? Or I mean, something from the world?
Oh, from the wheel. I would where's the, I see the world. What have we got for the scene at the moment?
We're building up the scene. Let's see, we've got blinding pyro show for the scene. Okay. I'll move that over here. And for you setting up, oh my God, is it for, how about we invented paperwork because you've taken, no, not we invented paperwork. Even at the end of the world, we still have algebra because you've had to take shop class.
Yeah, okay, there, that works. It's like trying to figure out.
Yes, there we go.
From that.
The classes are paying off.
Right. Well, it's like one of the only fun classes they got.
That's right. Excellent. Okay. Good.
I would for, what am I going to be clicking on this then?
Right. So let's open up your character sheet with Alt double clicking, and then you're going to next to, crafts. Excellent. Yeah.
Right.
Next to craft, you hit the little plus button, and that should, excellent, that'll roll it for you. Perfect. And so that does the fate dice roll and already adds your +4 in from being a great skill. And then we add you put 2 fate points into this total. And so that is going to add a +4 on top of that. So you got a 6, which is a fantastic. So excellent. So Domino, you have sweet extra, like the back of the van is open up.
Yeah. I'm gonna like stage whisper over to Zane and Eden, and I'm gonna say, guys, we've only got a few minutes to spare. We gotta up the tempo really quickly.
So
help support me, please.
So what I do is then I get the vocals that I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna match it to the siren beat a little bit. So I'm gonna overlap that. So I'll go from very like low, like where it's only you're hearing the siren, and then when the vocal will slowly replace the siren sound, and then you'll like up Domino a little bit.
Sweet.
Nice.
Eden, do you want me to grab the wheel for you? I'm like, can you get a wheel while you're driving?
Eden, without a moment's hesitation, has this aspect called a guitar for every occasion.
Ooh, good.
And so he has his guitar, his car guitar, mind you, kind of like swung over the back of his seat, and he rotates it around, driving with his knees. He just starts playing, like doesn't miss a beat.
Beautiful.
Can I like for our tape? Is it possible that I want to turn on like the recorder, because this sounding good. I love what you guys are doing. Like, I think we should add this onto our like tape that we're going to be like putting in.
Wonderful. Excellent. Excellent. Oh yeah.
So for Eden's guitar, can I on my stunt, can I add follow my lead for her?
Yes, you can, Roxanne. And so stunts work like feats, basically kind of in like old D&D-ish, mid D&D. And so you're going to be following my lead. And so, excellent. And so you are the only one that can potentially be attacked. So that's cool. Good, good. So yeah, so you are, how you're going to be like stepping out in front or something like that. Are you getting on top of the van? Like, what is Roxanne doing to get that lead going?
Yeah, so I'm about to just like hotwire the car radio from the inside and make some sort of microphone to crawl through the little fan portal up top and jump up top and like hook my belt to the thing so I don't fall off, because Eden's driving with his knees and going crazy. But I'm so excited to start singing up top.
I love it. Excellent. These Joker police aren't going to slow you down.
Not today. The man ain't got nothing on us.
That's right. That's so good. Wonderful. Excellent. And so do you imagine you're going to be are you going to be attacking from the top of the van, or are you going to be setting up aspects like advantages for the team?
How do we attack? Can I attack with my voice as my power?
You can, absolutely. And so the good question on how do people attack? And so in this game, you can, as I mentioned, you can either attack or defend. And you attack with either melody or rhyme. And so since you are a singer and you have a bunch of melody, I do believe. Yes, melody is your best. So you are one of the attackers. And then Mixmaster, I think you have a bunch of rhyme too. And so you are the kind of rhyme attacker from that way. If you want to get on the mic, that's how you attack, but you can also be creating aspects with your sample library and things like that. So yes, so Roxanne is climbing on top to get ready to launch an attack. And so we've had Pernicious go, we've had Eden go. No. We've had Pernicious go. We have had who set up the pyro show? Oh yeah. I guess that was
that was me.
That was you. Okay, cool. So you're getting in position to do an attack. So that's great. Yep. We'll do an attack next round for you. And then we've still got and so Eden, are you going to be doing an attack because you also have, I think, melody? Let me pull you up. What is your setup? You got harmony. Yeah, you got melody. Melody. You can either be creating aspects to support or being attacking if you want to. Because you can play while you drive, no sweat.
I'll attack.
You will set up. You'll be one of the attackers this round. Yeah. Excellent. And then, and so Domino, your percussion. So you got an expanded drum kit. Do you want to create a advantage for the team?
I have a question.
Yes, please.
About that expanded drum kit. Out of the spotlight says that if he uses if Domino uses what I created, that it's a +3, but it says as long as you are not performing. Well, I'm not performing.
You are not.
So
excellent.
Me, my character's not performing, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So if Domino uses the expanded drum kit that I just cobbled together for him, that gives a +3.
Yes, it does. Yes, excellent. And so, so that's sweet. So, so you could do that to set up because you have, you've got empathy, which is like you're the heart of the band, but you've got harmony and rhythm. as your next best ones. And so you are good at, let's see, rhythm is defending. Yeah. So you're good at creating aspects to buff the team or defending the team when you guys get attacked. What do you think, Domino? Buff or defend?
This is hard. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have Domino doesn't have perfect time, but dang it, she can make a wall of sound. She can make sure to harmonize with everybody. I think she's gonna buff everybody up. I have a stunt here, always entombed. Fails count as ties when you create an advantage with harmony. So in this case, I'd be creating an advantage with harmony, correct?
Perfect.
So I just press the plus sign for harmony?
Before that, we're going to figure out what aspects you're adding on top of this for your bonuses.
Okay.
And so we've got your expanded drum kit, so we could at least throw in one from that, which has a plus 3. Yeah, we've got an
expanded drum kit. Let's see. Well, I'm kind of, from what I see in terms of the high concept, I'm kind of the backup, kind of, would the heart of the band be the aspect here?
If you want to be that, yes, actually, absolutely. You're harmonizing. You're the thing that's pulling all of these parts together.
Okay.
So I love that. Excellent.
Yeah. Just you need a little bit of a good backing just to get it going. You know.
You gotta be that gel. That's right. Yeah. You need it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be here. I'm just gonna be chilling on these drums while Eden and Zane make that nice little wall that's gonna come crumbling down on the police officers.
Wonderful. I'm thrilled.
I think that's pretty much everything I can add to it that I can think of off the top of my head.
That's a great start. And so hit the plus next to your harmony.
Okay, we've got 3.
3, excellent. And so it's going to be 3 plus 5. And so that, I think, gets you up to 8, which is legendary. And so we've got legendary harmony going on here.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yes.
Excellent.
Turn the recorder on.
Oh, yeah. That's right. And so so we've got heart of the band, we've got the drum kit coming in. And what are we going to call this aspect of your sweet harmonizing drum harmony? You said wall of sound, the mortar of the wall, something. I don't know yet.
Kind of I'm just kind of thinking like the walls of. I'm kind of the mental image I'm having is kind of like we're creating the wall of Jericho harmonies. Like we are stacking those chords. We are going to make them tower high above the police officers and break their minds as they come tumbling down when we finish things off. We're going to beat them before we even get to the chorus.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Woohoo!
Towering chords, wonderful, excellent. So that is beautiful image, and that's stacking up. And so then we've got wonderful. So then so Eden will be attacking. Zane, are you going to be attacking or buffing or defending?
Let's see. What would defending look like?
So you would be using either rhythm or will to defend. And so you'd be stacking up bonuses on that, and every point that you do for that is a point of like damage that you'd be taken away from them that's coming across.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna defend, like just make sure everyone's all good. Don't want to tire them out at all. We got bigger, better performances ahead of us.
Good. Yes. Yeah, that's smart. It's good to have like one attacker and one defender. And especially in the opening round, it's good to have the rest, like a few different people making buffs, and then a few, and then like attacker and a defender to make sure that you're at least sending some damage over. Because if you make up too many aspects, that's one of the risks of Fate. Keep learnable, important learnable moment. Aspects are fun, but if you spend too much time using them, or like making too many of them, then you're never going to use them. And so you kind of want to limit, keep it reasonable, because a critical a key stumbling block of fate is making too many aspects, wasting time on using aspects, and then it's really sad when those aspects don't actually come into play. And so, so when you guys are GMing fate, look at your character, at your players' character sheets, consider them kind of like a love letter to the GM, not romantically, but as in like, hey, this is the stuff that I would like to see my character doing. And so again, shortcuts for GMing. So let them do the work, take out the guesswork. And so as opposed to guessing like what they would like, just do it on their character sheet. They're a druid. They've got animal transformation on there. Cool. Let's give them a place, an easy way to opportunities where that'll matter. Slipped into Dungeons and Dragons right there. But maybe you've got a rock and roll druid. I don't know.
I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen.
That's right. So yes, thank you. And so we are so yes. So that is what that's what we were rambling about. But now we go into attacking. And so Eden, you gotta break out that riff or the solo or whatever you feel like. Are you using because yours is going to be melody for your attack? So
Okay.
Great. And what tell us? Let's visualize. Let's build this attack. What kind of aspects are we using on here to make sure it's an effective attack?
I wanted to do a guitar for every occasion.
Wonderful.
And
Perfect. We've got a drum kit. We've got a we've got the wall of chords, which has been building and harmonizing with, and so you can hook that into your sweet melody. This is a you know that these are gambling devils. Even the police devils are probably, because these are straight up demons, obviously.
Okay, so maybe that one went down to Georgia.
If you want to have that be part of the words or whatever, like,
yeah,
you know, get off our tail, pigs. We know you're just, it'll save you some paperwork or maybe something, because you know that that you can make a deal with them somehow. There's always a deal to be made with the devil. They can't resist that opportunity.
We'll write a song for you.
You're gonna write a song for them? Ooh.
Yep.
But they like country, Eden.
They won't after this.
Okay.
Wonderful. Excellent. And so they beautiful. And so this is so you offer him to write us, immortalize the name of Officer 357 to be emblazoned in a song by Amadeus. So are you gonna like, are we gonna, you can use as many fate points as you want to. Attacks are a good place to just like scoop up a bunch of fate points on the board. The setting, I mean, the song aspects are only going to stay on for the scene. And so it's good to use those up. Like your pyro show, you could spell his name out in pyrotechnics. You can do whatever you want.
That'd be cool. Like pyrotechnics, big and flashy, kind of like surrounding them.
Good. Yeah, that's a good way to fire and explosions is a good way to get to a devil's heart. So excellent. So we will be adding +6 on top of your harmony check. No, you're not the guitarist. You are you're the guitarist. And so hit that plus next to harmony for you. Excellent. So we got a 4 on there plus a 6, and so 10 points of damage is going to be coming across. And as you are riffing, in the ooh, I like that idea, Carolyn. Let's see if I can change those colors. That should be pretty easy, actually. Yes. Brilliant. We always learn. And so, and that helps us too. When you guys are running Fate in person, it's great to use sticky notes or note cards or something like that. Just have a good board, and having these information out on the board, write it out nice and big so that everybody can read it. Have a big old pile of Fate points, and so that this is a good way to kind of just have all of the materials on the board so that everybody kind of knows what's in play. And I find it really reassuring so that everyone can be like, what are we doing? Oh yeah, that's right. Devil went down to Georgia. All right. Amadeus. Okay, cool. I'm back on track. So yeah, so I really like that. I find that kind of supportive to people and to me. So beautiful. So let's rock and roll. So 10 points of attack. That's coming across. The police officer. He is going to get on his he is going to oh my god, are we gonna do this? I don't know where they are yet. So he is going to be calling down. He's got these kind of like gargoyle winged demon things that are flying over you, and so they are going to be they're going to be like doing the kind of like corrupted church music chanting. So that's going to be coming down from over top. So you've got, you don't know what it's, it sounds like maybe it's in Latin or something like that, but that like kind of thing is coming down from above you. And the demon is going to get on his gonna probably climb on the hood of his car, because that's the way we do this. So give me a hot second. And
Oh, I see.
excellent. So here is my demon cosplay experience going on. And so happy Halloween, everybody. We're doing it. So I'm glad I'm not the only one with headgear. I was happy to see you, Pernicious. So, all right. So demon comes out. He's red. He's got horns. He's got a badge. I didn't have any sunglasses around close at hand, because that would have been really good to complete the demon cop. Anyways, it's winter in Chicago, or it's not winter yet, but I live in Chicago. We don't wear sunglasses that often. So anyways, he climbs out on the hood of the car. He grabs the, he's got the speaker, like the, the clicky walkie-talkie thing with the cord coming out. And so he is going to be start singing at you guys. And I was going to say something like, it's the name is Officer Jenkins, and I've no one's ever evaded my arrest. I'll be chasing you guys, and my hooves will never get tired, and I will never rest. Something like that. And so he sends a melody attack over at you guys. He uses some points from his chanting demon backup. And so he does a melody attack. So 3 points, and then an extra 2 points on top of that. So he's got 5 points of damage heading at you guys. And Zane, you are going to be trying to defend against 5 points of damage coming at you.
Hey, Colin, I thought I was using that follow my lead, so the attack should be coming at me.
Correct. It is all targeted at you, Roxanne.
So, but Zane could help defend me.
Yes, Zane is going to defend it. It's all targeted at you, so no one else will be taking the damage. It will only be Roxanne on the roof. Beautiful. So thanks for piping in, because that matters. Otherwise, I would be assigning it into juicier targets. So you defend with rhythm or will, and I think you got pretty good rhythm.
I have will.
Yes, but I think this is going to be Eden, right? So you'll be, yeah, so Eden, you got a +3 for rhythm. And what aspects are you going to be activating to explain why you were going to be good at defending this attack?
Is Eden defending or am I defending?
It's you are, Zane, right? Didn't you say you wanted to wait until then?
Oh, you said Eden, so I was like,
oh, sorry, I misspoke your name. Zane, thank you.
Okay. So how I be defending?
Yes. Like what aspects would explain why you are a good defender at this attack?
Okay, so for this, I think I have like a endless sample library.
Perfect.
I don't know. Can I use also a snarky mix master? So I
yes,
have
you can.
An undertone of the B is it's like the vocal symphonic rock, but it's Latin, but 100% dissing this devil. And
oh, you're throwing it right back in their face.
Yeah, I'm gonna use their Latin stuff to completely just you told me your name, and that's the one thing devil shouldn't do, because I have power over you, and now we're gonna use that. So we're gonna have a really gurgle of Roxanne's name, because obviously I have a really deep voice of Roxanne, going into Latin of a counter or similar spell, and be enter officer, I name, which I don't recall at the moment, but my character will totally recall.
That's right. It's Officer Jenkins.
Officer Jenkins, and obviously his also his badge number, if you said it.
That's right. Excellent. That's right. Yeah, you got that. And wonderful. And so do you want to, so you've got these recorded things going on, and so you've got a harmony to draw off of, which Domino set up, but is also using the voice and all of that stuff. And so towering chords is one aspect you could evoke for this if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm. I definitely will. Your defenses are impenetrable.
That's right. Yes, yeah, that's right. We got the wall of sound. It's solid. Mm-hmm. And so great. That gives you a total of +6 on top of your normal +3. So how about that? So hit the plus next to rhythm, and we'll get that roll on.
The plus on rhythm, there's 2 with fair +2, and then great +4. Which one do I do?
Yes, so you're gonna do, oh, wait, hold on. I've got the wrong character sheet open. That's right, you're the mix master, sorry. I was looking at yours. So you have, I was looking at the wrong character sheet, my dude, sorry. So yes. Yeah, so rhythm or will, and rhythm. So hit that +2. Thank you. Perfect. Good. Excellent. So yeah, so you create, as Domino pointed out, an impenetrable wall of defense, and with all those bonuses, you defended 10 points of damage. So you did it with style. And I'm going to give you a fate point back for doing that, and digging into that kind of a stupendous success. So Wonderful. Excellent. So we bring it back around to first count, which is overcoming obstacles, and then we kind of go into are you guys going to be buffing, attacking, or defending?
Do I get to attack on that on top of the van this time, or
now we're going to do the attack for you. Yes. Yeah, so Roxanne's going to hold off and send her attack on round 3 or count 3. And then we want to do some buffs before that.
Let's see. I think it's time. I think it's time to just put this police officer into the ground. Yeah, let's go. Let's buff everything. Everybody. I'm going to buff everybody. Tell me how.
Excellent. And so we're going to create an advantage, and you are let's see. I wonder if okay, go. So you can, if you want to buff everybody, that would probably be an empathy check, perhaps.
I was just thinking we've already built up this nice little melody, but it's time to bring everything together. Let's go with some empathy.
Yes.
Obviously,
wonderful.
like we're tying everything together. We're the heart of the band. But you know what? In addition to, the fact that there's a time crunch kind of going on, I reckon that we're all kind of coordinated on the same time here. Like we really are building up. We're about to let Roxanne just obliterate this whole tri-state area with her voice. It's going to be fantastic. So that's pretty much that. Is it cool if I roll empathy?
Please.
All right, Beautiful. Let's go. It's a 2.
It's not bad. So that's why you put fate points in it. And so you got a total of +6, which is still a superb check as you create a new advantage for the team. And so and it is, so how are we pulling people together? Is this going to be, are you going to like jump on the mic and say something?
No. I don't say anything. No.
You don't have to say anything. No. Because this is maybe a drum beat that you guys recognize.
It's a cool drum solo.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That sounds pretty good. Like a little bit of a drum solo as kind of the bridge, and then we just come crashing when the beat drop or something.
Oh,
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, they know it's coming.
A drum solo that just shows off a little bit of kind of the marching band kind of style, and then all of a sudden, just the beat drops as we all come back blasting at the same time right after.
Wonderful. Excellent.
Right at that downbeat. That sounds cool.
To break down. All right, we're getting that breakdown. Excellent. And so that's a beautiful setup. And so we've got that one, and I will change the color of that to red for temporary. And all right, so that is Domino. And then who is next for creating advantages?
What does lure to defend mean?
All right.
For me, can I use that at this point for Roxanne?
Let's see. So is that going to be?
I have it. It's not as good as their first album, and I'm thinking, that could apply to the police officers. They're it's just not
perfect. Yes.
It does say that I'm using lure to defend to do that, which yes. I get a +1 to defend against any opponent that you have faced before. I'm sure we've faced these people before, so.
You have faced the police many times, I do believe. Amadeus.
Yes, so how would I just, whoa, sorry, crazy cats. So is there, I guess, would I click on lure to defend, or?
Yes. So that means you'll be going on the defense round on the final count.
Okay.
And but we will yeah. So you'll go last, and so that's great. So we've got plans for 3 of the party members, and then and so we've got, what is Eden and Zane doing? Are you buffing, attacking, or defending, basically?
I think I'll attack again.
Excellent. Great, great. Yeah, this is a good idea. You've got a bunch of bonuses set up, and so it's good for you guys to start to kind of pull this into the big crashing attack that'll put them into the ground. So wonderful. And so Zane, how about you? Attack, buff, or defend?
I think I'm gonna buff an attack.
Okay, so you're gonna buff. Beautiful. So then, what kind of advantage are you guys gonna be creating for this as you guys are rolling into the breakdown? The drop beat is coming soon. You can see that drum solo going on. The pyrotechnics are flashing. What are you adding on your sound system to this?
So I guess what I'm adding is like I'm adding to Domino's like solo. So like I'm having that like I think like as a mix master I probably already started recording a couple of the beats that Domino was putting down, and I probably like kind of overlap it so it can intensify and hopefully kind of just either like maybe like the sound is like too intense for the car's like engine, or it breaks
Ooh.
it breaks something, maybe there's a little crack on the sidewalk that the car just
it's an
can't
actual
see
breakdown.
Yeah, it's an actual like where the sound literally is like so intense that it cracks something.
Wonderful, wonderful, excellent. And so you're going to be like reverberating, or you're going to be hitting the resonance point or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Excellent. And so that seems to me, yeah, that would be like a rhythm roll for you. And what are we going to be putting bonuses into this for your let's see, for your aspect? That's going to be something like resonating reverb or something like that. All right. And as you roll for this, we're going to do what aspects are we evoking?
I think I want to say like snarky mix master, because I think it's kind of like funny that like you're gonna just use this drum solo to like crack the engine or something.
Oh yeah, going after that block. Good, I like that. Excellent. And then good. What else? Death metal, symphonic death metal. Have you done this before? Is this something Amadeus has been known to do?
Yeah, I think that 100% like in our chase scenes or like in battles, like especially if it's like races, that like 100% I think Amadeus would have used this in order to get a lead on like any race against like anybody. Like be like, if they're behind, you can't hear them.
Yes, perfect. And then let's see, let me double check something. Okay, cool, excellent. And then so we're getting the reverb on, we're resonating off of the drum solo. So do you want to play off of the expanded drum kit as well?
I mean, if it's already here, like
it's already there. It's going to go right at the end of the scene.
At this point, I'm just banging on the van's top. Like we're using everything around me.
Using everything. Excellent.
Yeah,
so then let's give the roll from you for a rhythm roll.
Rhythm roll. All right. Okay.
For Zane. Sorry.
Oh, for Zane. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So would that be fair or great again? Like
that would be fair.
Okay,
that's okay. That's why you stacked up those bonuses. And so you have a Pernicious's the expanded drum kit is extra good because she's staying out of sight. So that's a +3 from one of those, and then plus another 4. So that puts you at a total of 7. And so that is great. And so you get you get 3 aspects on that. 2 back. So the net resonating reverb is very cool. All right, so then now we go off into attacks. So we've got Roxanne and Eden. Oh yeah, and then, yeah, because Pernicious is defending with lore. Perfect. So now we roll into attacks. So Eden and Roxanne, which one's gonna hit first?
Eden can go first because we're just still creating such a crescendo of music before the beat drops here.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah. And since this is probably going to be the last round, you guys will probably want to just do a big scoop and just basically get all of the fate points off of those red aspects. Maybe leave a couple for Pernicious to defend with, and just use them all up.
Yeah. Which ones?
You are going to be coming in with Melody,
Okay.
like previously. And so what is relevant? Like you said, we're coming in before the beat drops. And so we've got the drum solo breakdown. That would be you're riding that wave.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent. So that's one. We're going to be putting in one from that. Excellent. You got your reverb. You got your pyro show.
Maybe reverb.
Beautiful.
And also maybe towering chords.
The wall is coming down. It has been building up. You've been holding on, and it's time to make it come crashing down. Perfect. So then you are our guitarist, and so you are then going to be hit that
Is it
melody?
Melody? Okay.
Yes. Ooh, good roll. Okay, excellent. So you got a 5 on your roll to start out with, and then you got a +6 on top of that. So that's 11 points of damage coming from this ripping guitar solo or whatever you're doing as you are driving. It's madness. So great, excellent. And so Eden is ripping and shredding up the place. And how about Roxanne on the top of this van as you are strapped in?
So right as the music gets ready to end and I'm about to go up there, of course, I've been dancing and I'm impeccably flashy.
So flashy.
And my voice is my power. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw the hook.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to use the drum solo breakdown.
Oh, yeah. It's been building up.
The resonating reverb.
Excellent.
And the blinding pyro show.
Oh, yeah. Keep track of all these. Perfect.
And with those slick dance moves, that double cop, Mr. Officer Jenkins probably thinks it's going to be some bubbly pop coming his way. But instead, it's this guttural, just deep, are you ready? And we just get into the hook. So then I roll melody, correct?
You do. All right. And it's a really good roll, too. And then we're going to be adding 8 points on top of that. So 12 points of damage coming from you. And so that's a total of 23 damage being launched destructively across as we just decimate this because it's so you guys wreck this cop,
Officer Jenkins.
Officer Jenkins, and you and so that you've got resonating reverb. I'm gonna say we can do Pernicious, you have a roll to defend because he is going to be getting his final words out as a his kind of equivalent to a death curse or whatever. As you guys his engine block is cracking
Wait a minute, hold on. Isn't Roxanne's effect still in effect?
Oh yeah, that's right. So he can still only attack you because that's once per song
So
or whatever.
Roxanne's just browbeating him down, and the only thing he can see is Roxanne.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tunnel vision. That's excellent. Excellent. Good. Good.
Writing that down. That's the name of this song.
Tunnel vision. I love it. And yes, excellent. Yes. So he is going to be launching an attack at Roxanne in his final statements, and not as good as their first album. And that is correct. And so you're going to be defending with lore. And so you're going to be cutting this cop's final statement down. And we're going to be using up the final scene points, which will give you a +4 on top of that, which is your resonating reverb and the expanded drum kit. And you are going to get a total of +5 on top of that. So 7. Excellent. And then
that's defense, right?
That's defense. Yes, yes. And so it's the reverb. And so how do you imagine this going down between the reverb and the drum kits? Or is his engine block breaking? Are you throwing him off the road with the resonance? What's happening?
I think he's so overpowered by sound that, I don't know, whoever's in there driving, it's just too much. And they have like veered to the side and they're smashing into the wall. So it's a good thing Jenkins is on top, because the passenger side is like just gone. And I don't think the car is actually going to be drivable after this.
I think that car is going to be.
I'm like,
that's right. That's right. Well, if he had an old, like the Queen Vic, like they used to have back in the old days, it'd still be driving. Wonderful, excellent. And so that is a little song in Rockalypse. And so you guys, when you are kind of running through this, we link these songs up, and yeah, so beautiful. So you pull away from the police officer, but you, as somebody pointed out, you guys get his name, you got his badge number. You have the this power over the demon in its own ways. You have beaten it in a song, you have bested it, and so he owes you a favor, or you guys could call in his name if you want to call in Officer Jenkins, or if you want to stop and be like, hey man, like you owe us something, or whatever you want to do. I mean, it's a devil went down to Georgia kind of thing. Or you guys want to just keep on going? We don't have much time yet.
We don't
ask him for an escort, like even if we don't get a car.
Something to speed our way. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
that's
like just like take the siren and the lights down and like just put them in our car, dude.
I like that better, Zane.
Wonderful, excellent, excellent. So instead of pulling away, you guys whip around, go back. His car is smashed. Officer Jenkins is, he's not critically hurt. Like you said, it's a good thing he wasn't inside. But yeah, Zane pops out, rips off the gear, slaps it on your car, and links it up to the power system. No big deal, as you are the mix master. And hit the sirens, and you've got a police going. The demons fall in line, flying over you. And so we've got this, the demon chanting continues to help clear the way. And yeah, so you guys book it immediately to the radio station and clear all the chumps out of your way. What's the radio station look like?
Looks like the entrance to a subway.
Oh, maybe it was a subway, but then like it's the radio station is just kind of like it's an abandoned subway, so they just put all the equipment and just moved it down into one of the cars that's just kind of parked there forever.
Because it's an underground radio station.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. Yes, and it's hard to find. You guys, Pernicious has the know-how to get there. You got the connect. And so you guys park, you book it down into the lobby of this converted subway station, and there is a receptionist demon, obviously, and she's like, they're just about to close the slats or whatever to like shut it down so that you guys can't get in, but you're booking it in. And she's like, oh man, you're lucky. You know, if you guys had been 30 seconds later, I would be slamming this whatever they call them, the shutters in on you. But I suppose we could let you in.
Yeah. Slap the thing in the radio thingy. Let's go.
30 seconds. That just means we got 30 seconds to jam.
Whoa!
Oh my God, ridiculous. Excellent. Well, she says, well, you better hurry because I think there's one band trying to get in ahead of you. And so you go, so you're running down the hallway, and the DJ there, Four Dog or whatever, is there, and so there's this other band that is like about to hand their mixtape in.
Can I get like, you said that the gargoyles were following the siren, right?
That's right.
Any chance the gargoyles can just pick these other band members up and fly them out of here? They saw them. They're like, obviously they're like, those people have warrants out against them. We're gonna snatch them up.
Does Officer Jenkins come running in with us though?
Yeah, just like support.
Are you bringing him, Officer Jenkins, along?
Yeah, like, dude, you gave us your name.
He's become our bodyguard for the band.
Yeah, that's what the gargoyles.
I like it.
Through now.
Wonderful. Yeah, so you have this police support. Excellent. And so the other band, which is going to be a ska polka band. They are named the Rogue Bowlers. They all are wearing bowling shoes and lederhosen, and so the DJ is like, we're an underground station. I don't care about these warrants, man. I just care about the rock. So we're just gonna, I want to hear both of you guys play, and then I'll make my decision who I'm gonna play. All right. And so
Pernicious is gonna just come over here and tap their lead on the shoulder and say, I'm writing a rock opera, and I think that you guys may actually be like a perfect fit for part of what I'm conceptualizing. Would you mind talking to me for a little bit while these folks just, fiddle around on the instruments?
So you're gonna try and lure away the singer.
I am.
Okay.
Well, that's the whole band, because I'm like, I want to hear what their concept is and everything. I am writing that rock opera.
You are writing that.
Yes.
And so are you going?
It just might work.
So are you thinking this will be a stealth check or maybe a lore check to convince them about this? Are we talking? Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard choice. Stealth or lore. I'm thinking stealth. Because I don't really mean it this time.
Because you don't really mean it this time. And that's the answer I was looking for. Good. Excellent. And so how are you going to convince them to do this? Because you're writing a rock opera. And so that's going to be one fate point already on this.
Right.
Excellent.
Okay. And I'd like to grab from, let's see. We invented paperwork because, I'm trying to talk about signing them up and stuff. Don't really mean it, but
yeah. Well, you're throwing numbers at him. They're impressive.
That would be like a great one to throw in there. Um,
You understood how popular rock operas are these days? Things like
that. Like,
return
it's a
on
long
investment.
show, so you get like more pay.
Uh, beautiful,
It's not
beautiful.
one song,
It's just one friggin' song. Of course it is. Excellent. So give us that lore roll, and you are going to be. Oh yeah, stealth. Thank you, stealth.
Let's see what that.
Excellent. And so that is a total of +7 as your turnaround, and that is a epic, convincing statement. And so you are going to lure away a chunk of the band to go off and talk with you on the side. And so they're going to be playing down some members, specifically their lead.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to take them off to the side room or something like that.
Yeah. They can't hear what's going on. I'm going to go back to the lobby. You guys are fine without me.
That's right. And so now it's like 4 on 2, it's like 4 on 2 or 4 on 3 or something like that, but they're missing chunks of the band. And like 4Dog is like, hey man, like we don't have time for this, like you guys better play, like I don't care. And so excellent. So they are some men down, so that's great. And so but they don't care, and with an Oompa and a Loompa, they the one of the
like accordion thing.
One of the accordion is left, and they have like they've got like a tuba and an accordion, and like one of the backup singers is going to be trying to make it happen. And so but they are going to make this happen. So how about you guys? Are we going to get, is somebody going to get our jam going? What song are you guys going to be playing to impress this DJ, this long sought after? He's a powerful demon. He works in the underground. And who's gonna, what do we open up with? What are we doing?
Zane, what's the deal? What's the sitch on this? What's this beat?
What's the beat? I need a beat.
Come on. Give me something. Give me a theme.
I think the underground is like this spiraling in Zane's head. So the sound of like the underground like station, that like whoosh sound is gonna be the startup, and then we're gonna have again the I want to maybe like get that symphonic death metal a little bit in there, just like
Excellent.
adding that like deep kind of like roar, like the Metal Gearing roar to it, and then that's gonna be the beat of it, where it's just gonna be like it's gonna be like the rails and the gears kind of sound with like vocals, like very like angelic vocals, then goes, and then that will lead into, so when like going like really soft, so when that Roxanne does her thing, it's such like a juxtaposition that is just gonna get you right into it.
Excellent.
Right. 3/4 time industrial hard beat. Got it, Zay. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Excellent. And so we've got so I love this industrial grind beat that's going on. And so Zane, give us a roll for this, and let's add some bonuses. So this sounds like it could be a rhythm or whatever. Endless sample library. Perfect. Good. And then we've got a symphonic death metal point to be used. And then so excellent. Industrial grind. Beautiful. All right, so that's going to be coming in. I really like it. And so give us your rhythm roll then. Oh, okay, 6. Excellent. Okay, cool. So you succeed with style, and that is a 10. And so that's off the charts. And off the chart success. And so, so you are going to be recovering those fate points. going to be a bunch of points on your industrial grind beat that are going to be supporting the team. So excellent. So who else wants to create an aspect to get our this song going, playing off the rails? Yep.
So people have a hard time taking me seriously because I'm over there doing the chicken dance by the polka band, right? And I'm like, oh, welcome to the riff off. So yeah, so I throw that's where I'm at.
Wonderful. So you're going to be throwing some shade up on there, on them, and that is great. And so people have a hard time taking me seriously. That's wonderful. And and what else are we going to add to get this?
I think go ahead.
Okay. So I was gonna add, I have that introspective guitar player. So I just stand there looking cool, holding my guitar, in a totally like just chill but still intimidating way, so that they kind of lose their nerve.
Ooh, because you are the introtext. And excellent. Good. And that's great. So Eden is glaring down at them, and as we are just basically kind of like just belittling this poor little polka band, polka ska. This is their big break. They're trying to make it. It's so catchy.
Next year.
Next year. That's right. It's time for Amadeus to take the scene. So we've got this belittling chicken dance that is going on, and the Thrashers glare. And so, Roxanne, what skill are you going to be using to break them down? Is this going to be a will check? Are you playing?
Yeah, definitely. We'll be doing some will.
Good, excellent, love it. And so we've got some points for you. Excellent. And so we had 2 fate points put into that. And so that puts you up to 7 at a superb. And so we're going to put, so excellent. The little chicken dance. We got 3 points on that one. So we consumed some. And so that is, okay, excellent. And so Eden, are you imagining your glare? And so do you think you're going to be creating a aspect for your team's advantage with this brutal glare that guitarist is creating?
Yeah, so like the aspect, I guess, would be something, along the lines of, I'm too cool for this.
Yes, I love it. the perpetual plight of the ska band, the person who is too cool for this. Come on, if you just get into it. Beautiful. And so we are so excellent. And so okay, so excellent. So we've got I'm too cool for this being set up from Eden, our guitarist. And so we've got introspective guitar player being put on this. What other points are we going to be using to buff this?
Can I do something that's like, I have a thing that's like snarky mixmaster.
Sure.
So like, obviously I have like a mixing of Latin, and with that angelic tones that I'm putting out, I'm gonna have them seeing also snarky like comments against the band.
Wonderful.
kind of like totally upping ourselves up. So like the demon can like totally be like, okay, we're not only making this sound good, but we're also dissing and also like kind of like tooting our own horn, like we are the shit. Like
Damn
yes,
right.
we are this.
Damn right. Excellent. So that sounds like a rhyme to me. And are you going to be doing, is this going to be an attack?
Yeah.
Let's do an attack. Yes, excellent. Because we've got some buffs going on already. We needed at least one attacker for this round, and we are getting close to the end of the session. And so we've only got their half a band. We're in the final minutes of the radio session, and so this would be a good way to just put them into the grave, and then we'll go to wrap up and wrap it up and do final thoughts and teachable moments and questions. So those fun things. So excellent. So Zane will be punching through with an attack. And so we've got Pernicious has acted. We've got Eden has acted. We've got, all right, so excellent. So who is next to do stuff? I think we've still got Roxanne and Domino. What are you going to be doing? Attacking, defending, or buffing?
For who?
For Domino or Roxanne. I think you guys haven't done anything this turn yet.
Yes. I don't have any fate points, but I do.
Roxanne has done. You did the belittling chicken dance, which is wonderful.
Yes.
So,
the mockery.
The mockery.
Devastating.
Yes, they're half a band and they're feeling like half a man or whatever, half a player. So
Domino's mind, like in her heart, she's kind of like looking and she kind of feels bad for these guys. So she's gonna kind of like take a back seat. It's like nothing's needed. I'm just gonna keep time and make sure everyone is kind of clocking through. Everybody is making sure that we're operating in one thing. Zane and Eden, they've got this whole sound going. I'm just here to keep the metronome going.
Beautiful, excellent. So that sounds like you are staying back on defend.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and defend. I'm gonna defend them and make sure that we're all, secure. We're snug in our little thing.
Nice and snug. Excellent. Good. And wonderful. So then that leaves Zane to attack. And so you are going to be our single attacker here. And so you are going to be bringing down the house with this it's going to be a rhyme attack. And so you've got different things, you've got different stuff set up, and then you are going to be mocking them. And you've got your sample library, you've got your demon backup. That one is going to be one of those things because you have converted Officer Jenkins and his swarm of demons.
You don't need that.
So that is going to be going on here. And so you've got, as you're rapping, you've got like demons being like, oh yeah, or whatever. Supporting you, and so that's going to be going to the so yes, excellent. So demon backup, and so as you bring down the house, so tell us about your this final attack, and as we are going to be basically scooping up all those fate points pretty much left on the red left on the red ones, because you guys are too cool for this. We've got this sweet industrial grind beat going on that is reverbing off of the inside of the underground subway station. How is the belittling chicken dance playing into this one, Zane? Are they're crushed already emotionally? Tell us about a little bit about this.
Yeah, like with the beat of like the chicken dance, all they're hearing in their head is Amadeus. over and over again. So they're just like, they can't get it out of their head. So they're just like, yeah, this works. Damn it, this works. Oh my God, I hate this. I hate that this works. And that's like what they're looking at the like the dance. And then they're like, just 100% they're like being like, man, this sucks. This really sucks. I guess we have to go back to algebra. I don't know what's going on here. Like, we gotta go. We gotta get the classes done because this is not our. We're not doing well here.
Excellent, because even at the end of the world, there is algebra. So you punks go back and do your homework.
Plus, it's our big break.
And it's our big break. That's right. This is it. That's right. You're set up. You're at the finish line. You guys have worked hard to get here.
Yes, and I like look at the radio guy and just like, you should just like being like, get that paperwork ready. We're the one that's on the tough spot.
That's right. Yes, sign us. That's right, because it's not just a single play. We're going deeper than that.
No, we're gonna create a fan base.
So
this is the first step.
First step. Wonderful. So wonderful. Excellent. So give us a rhyme roll from our mix master, and then we are going to be adding 12.
That was a bummer. It was a 0.
That's okay, because you're adding 24 points on top of this, because you have a giant double hand pile of fate points that you just like drop on them.
You're dropping the mic 100%.
Yeah, you're totally dropping the mic. Excellent. And so beautiful, excellent. And so the accordion is just like totally deflated. You hear a really sad like tuba note like come out as they are totally just crushed. And then and Four Dog, grabs your demo tape, slams it in there, and is like, all right, everybody across the wasteland, like we got the new hottest thing in here. It's coming at you with Amadeus, and we're gonna be sticking it to the man with this one, and I think that they're gonna be going right to the top, because this is a good one. And so excellent. And so with that, you guys, you've got your narrative end to this game. You guys make it to, you play prom. It's your big break. You get out of this, or you could either get out of the Sunnydale, you could to move on, or you could close up the Hellmouth, or whatever happens to Amadeus, but you ride off into the sunset. And fantastic. So that is Fate. Good job, everybody. Thank you so much for playing. Yeah. So that's Fate. And we got about 10 minutes left on the stream. And so we could spend a few minutes on questions or comments if you guys have that. And then we will go into a little teachable moment in the final few minutes of the session. So yeah, any questions about Fate?
It's interesting. It's like it's in between that cinema styled game that we played, where it's extraordinarily loose and it's just up to player interpretation, but it's got that mechanical like complexity of GURPS and stuff. It's closer to that. I was not expecting the mechanical complexity, but it's still like it worked. It was nice.
It is a little crunchy. And you hit, as you mentioned, GURPS, so it is kind of from that era. And so it is has some of that old school game DNA in it, where there is some of this kind of crunch and complexity. And so there are simpler versions of Fate out there. There's Fate Accelerated, which is a little bit more streamlined, and maybe I should be running that for you guys. Somebody mentioned that last week, but yes. And so I kind of think of Fate as almost like a piano. Like it actually has kind of a lot of knobs and a lot of things on it, but as long as you kind of like pick a range and kind of stay in a zone and work within that ballpark, that's generally my feeling on it. Yeah, good point. guys feel ready to
don't
run Fate? What about you,
Uh,
Pernicious? You ready to run it?
Not quite yet. I'm still like the math part of it, is what's like, I'm like, it took me a while to figure out that each of the like guitar picks that you're using was 2 points,
Yes.
and following how they get used up. And I wonder what happens when all the fate points are used, and there are no more left. Like one of our crew had no more fate points for their character specifically. So then it's just the roll. So it sounds like fate points are like bonus to the rolls.
They are like bonuses, and that is a good point, right? And so I, as the GM, when I am, so this is another reason why the GM should be kind of really paying attention to what's going on at the table and what's going on your players' character sheets, and on what is going on in front of them. And so when you see somebody running low on fate points, you should be, as GMing, you should be kind of offering them compels, and to be like, oh, like, let's make the scene more complicated for you. And I'll give you a fate point if you're willing to do this or something like that. And so, and then also there are self compels, where players can make things complicated for themselves and be like, I have an aspect, I want to take the negative side of that aspect, and I want to get some fate points back. And so, that is one of the ways, and that's an important thing, because you hit another important point, that once we start running out of fate points, the game basically stops. And then so as a GM, it's important for you guys to help compel your players, give them fate points as we go, but then also it's important. That's why I like having a pile of fate points on the table, so that the players know that if they feel like they're running low on the gas tank, what they do is they look at their, I'm impeccably flashy, and so I'm going to be so loud that maybe some other people, like another cop car, gets attracted. Boom, fate points to me, something like that.
So when you're doing this live and not brought like we are virtually, what are you using? A big bunch of chips or something in the middle of the table? What is it?
Yeah. So I will use, I have like little tokeny things. The guy who made this game got a bunch of custom guitar picks made, and so when he runs at conventions, he has like little Rockalypse guitar picks that he uses as fate points, which are pretty cute. But yeah, any kind of Benny you've got around, but having the physical thing on there, so it's not just check marks on paper, because those are going to be forgotten about really fast, and then it's you as a GM, it's going to be hard to keep track of those. So something shiny, something recognizable to physically represent fate points.
No M&Ms.
No M&Ms.
Not for this. Okay.
Good point. All right. Excellent. And so we've got about 4 minutes left on the stream. And so we're going to do the, Tony, is this cool? Teachable moment. Excellent. And so we're going to go around the table for you guys, because you do this. And so I'd like to hear a little comment on a teachable moment where you saw maybe this could be relevant to game therapy. It might be relevant to patients or something like that, where this might be usable, or maybe a contrary thing where this is might be like too complex for some of your players or something like that. But just kind of like a little takeaway moment or something like that you had from this.
Colin, I liked it. I thought that you could definitely use it. We use a lot of ACT and acceptance and commitment therapy type stuff. So I could see how we could use values. You could use being caught in the present moment, even some diffusion and other things, aspects into that. You could even kind of interweave it into like values into the compass of the story, and use it as what direction are they heading, and then tie that back to the metaphor and work at something like that. So yeah, I thought there would be definitely a cool way to be able to utilize that.
Oh, my heart. Excellent. I'm a big fan of ACT. So that's wonderful. Thank you.
Just even the whole name fate, and like I have no control or whatever, and challenging that in this, because you're controlling fate. So Also, you know, the thing that I suggested earlier about changing the colors so that we know which things were going away faster, so we knew where to use stuff. That's a very helpful thing, whether it's in person or not. So also, the dice are kind of cute, guys, if you haven't seen them. So this is just a weird one that I found, but that's the plus, that's the minus, and that's the neutral.
Those are nice fate dice. That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Carolyn.
I think like how I would use this, I think this will be really fun for like my participants who don't think they have like natural support systems or feel like they are not like a natural support for others, you know, very isolating and like oh, I don't like, my friends are not my friends because like they're only doing it because, you know, they feel bad for me. So this would be like more of like a kind of like building up character, being like there's like an aspect of your character that's important to the dynamic of the friendship, but it's equal play. You're both doing it because you want to do it. Like if you don't want to be part of the band, you would just leave, you know. But you're doing it because of the people in it, and you're doing it because of how you feel when you're in it. So that's what I would use for like probably my teenage or younger participants, and see how like to show that they have value in that relationship.
Yes, that's wonderful. Love it. Yay. Thank you. All right, a couple people left for final teachable moments.
Not necessarily. Like there are so many teachable moments that I can recognize, and so many opportunities for growth and such throughout the system, that it's hard to place one. But if I were to narrow down one off the top of my head that I can think of right now, I really enjoy the fact that the system naturally almost demands and requires from the players to really kind of cultivate a narrative of their own, kind of empowering them in order to do so. Like it kind of forces people to cooperate. For example, in this case, like each of us, whenever we were called upon to do a specific action, attack, defend, whatever, we were called upon to not only do so, but forced by the game's intrinsic mechanics to create a story about it. Like with the pyrotechnics, the chicken dance, utilizing these aspects really just kind of, I don't know, it forces you to build something up that other systems probably wouldn't let you do.
That's awesome. Yes, I really appreciate that. And yeah, that's kind of one of my feelings about that, is because and having them on the table to see how you can start building up these moments, because that's like when you're watching a play, when you're reading a story, things have a lot of impact because you've had these beats set up, and then suddenly that one killer line is like really killer because it's been, I don't know, that's the kind of narrative theory or that they're kind of working with.
He's cool. I like it.
Yeah. Big hearts. That's awesome. And then final from Eden.
All right. So I think one of the things that I like most about it, or at least the Rock Apocalypse, is that you battle with songs, and rather than like physical violence, because, you know, some of the kiddos and stuff that I work with, they do have that trouble with like just wanting to hit or act out or something. So this kind of teaches them to use their words, you know, like, hey, there's other ways to resolve conflict. Let's learn how to do that.
Yes. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. The guy who made this is I think he was was an elementary school teacher, but he did a lot of really smart kind of like role play as teaching components and things like that. And so he is a really, really kind, thoughtful person that deals with a lot of kids. And so, and he, yeah, it's just, and so I think that's one of the things that he really tried to bake into there, is like, there's alternative conflict resolution, and there's these other wonderful, really nice things. And so I think it's great for kids and for teenagers and all that other stuff. So it makes my heart warm, and I could just go off all day. So I'm going to be quiet and be grateful for you guys, awesome players, and it being 10:02 and probably the end of our session. So we can probably shut it down. Thank our wonderful audience for watching. And then we will see y'all another night's Geek Therapeutics.